Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Dave. Welcome to Elroy District. Today we are upstairs in the plant room to have a visit with my Anthurium collection. I'm gonna highlight a good number of my Anthurium. Then after that, I'm gonna jump off track a little bit because I need to show you all two new Philodendron that just arrived. I'm just happy that they are doing well, so why not show y'all now? But as far as the Anthurium, let's get to it. So the first Anthurium I want to show you is my oldest Anthurium. I've had this one for almost 3 years, and here it is. This is my Anthurium Crystallineum crossed with Magnificum. They call it Crystal Mag for short. I just propagated this one because it had like a very long stock, and there was no way for me to cover the adventitious roots with moss. It just wouldn't be aesthetically pleasing. So I made the choice to cut it because, I mean, you know, I had it for 3 years and never grew an inflorescence. So I figured, why not just cut it? And that's why it is quite deep into this pot, because it is a top cut. The top cut did have, you know, a nice little root system on it. So I think this one, you know, it'll be okay. That brings me to my first observation when it comes to Anthuriums. A lot of Anthuriums are not very generous with putting out leaves. This is one of them. When you get these big leaf Anthuriums, they're not going to give you, you know, 5 and 6 and 7 leaves. That's just not something that I normally see or I normally experience. This plant right here, over the years, it puts out 3 leaves. If the 4th one grows, the oldest one will die off and we're back down to 3 leaves. That's how a lot of these bigger leaf Anthurium will do. And yeah, that'll bring me to my first tip as well. If you want a bushy pot of Anthuriums, you may have to put multiple plants in one pot. That will be the best way to get, you know, a big bushy look, which actually will look good. Like, just imagine, you know, 6 of these size Anthurium leaves all in one pot. The only problem with that is that these plants do grow a big root system, so it probably wouldn't be able to fit in a pot like this. You know, you may have to get one of these bigger 5-gallon pots that actually would look kind of dope, you know. Yeah, I actually may do that. If I can get, you know, maybe I'll put this one in with a couple other regular Crystallineum or something like that. That may be a vibe. I'll note that as a future project. But yeah, this is the Crystal Mag. We've been rocking together for about 3 years. Very easy. I let the soil dry out just a little bit, not completely. Then I'll just water it again. At first I was giving this purified water, but let's see, the past year or 6 months or something like that, it's been getting tap water. And it seems to be doing fine after I started giving it tap water. We do have a little bit of yellow at the tip. I'm not sure if that's just from the propagation, but yeah. Crystal Mag. Let's move on. Alright, since I showed you my oldest Anthurium, I might as well show you my newest Anthurium. This next one I imported from Aqua Genera. It just arrived about a week ago, so it's still trying to acclimate. But here it is. I do not know the name of it. I'll put it on the screen. So the reason why I got this one is because it looks like a Veitchii, similar to a Veitchii. I do not have good luck with the Veitchii. I've had that Anthurium twice, or maybe I think I brought it back to life twice and I just don't have any good luck. This one does not look as good as a Veitchii in my opinion, but it has a similar vibe. You know, you got a long leaf with the ribs. Let's see. Yeah, I let it sit in wet moss for a couple days and I potted it up like this. This is my quick Anthurium mix. It has cocoa chunk, perlite, and moss. That's all I really need just to, you know, do something quick. And let's see, we have 3 leaves, and it actually has a new one that just came out even while acclimating. So yeah, I think this one is, I heard that this one is easy, and it's looking like that's the case, you know. But yeah, this is my newest import when it comes to Anthurium. This next Anthurium I love so much. The only problem is it's just not doing that well for me. It doesn't look perfect, and I'm just one of those collectors. I want my Anthurium to look perfect, but that's just not reality. It is not reality, and that's what's happening with this plant. But I'm gonna stick beside it. Here it is here. This is my Anthurium Bessier AF. Y'all remember I imported this one in December for my birthday haul, and it's growing. It just doesn't look perfect. Look at that. We got a little bit of crisp on the side of the leaf. The oldest leaf is about to go, but I definitely do see something new happening down here. Y'all gotta understand, the Bessier is, man, this is an exquisite Anthurium here. You know, so this is the one that I really want, you know, I really want perfection from, you know, but I don't know, it may not happen. Let me show y'all. This is a little self-watering pot, and the plant seems to be growing because look at that. We got roots coming out the bottom. Nice little white fuzzy roots coming out the bottom. So it's active and it's growing, but I'm just getting these imperfections on the leaves. So you already know this one is going to be all over my Instagram if it puts out a new leaf and the new leaf is perfect. That'll be something to celebrate right there. So yeah, if y'all out there have the Anthurium Bessier AF, let me know how you're taking care of yours. My friend Eric said that this plant needs low light. So I have it under a grow light, and I kind of just tuck it back. And I don't know, but maybe it'll take a while to adjust to my conditions in this room, and it'll be okay after that. This Anthurium Bessier AF. So this next Anthurium is my Crystallineum. No, it's actually Nigrolaminum crossed with Crystallineum. And this plant is a damn good mother. Look, we have inflorescence right here. This inflorescence is not even finished, and it put out a second one. This plant only has 3 leaves, if I can, you know, take it back. This plant only has 3 leaves and 2 flowers. That's gonna be crazy if it puts out more flowers than leaves. But I've been taking, look, it has pollen all over this inflorescence. Oh, damn. It just fell off. But nevertheless, look, the inflorescence just fell off. I've been swiping this pollen on any Anthurium that flowers, just so I can cross this with something and see what happens. But we have another inflorescence on the way. But maybe I spoke too soon. I said it was a good mother, but it just cooked. Well, I can't even focus anymore. This inflorescence is in the male phase right now. And yeah, she just kicked him off. She's like, nope, we got something new coming out. But I will say that this Nigrolaminum crossed with Crystallineum has to be in the top 3 easiest Anthuriums that I ever had. I've had one of them cheap, you know, $5 Anthuriums that you get from like the grocery store. This one is even easier than those. I have it in a terracotta pot, and this dries completely out a lot of the times. I just don't get around to watering it, and this plant still grows, still flowers. We actually have roots growing out the bottom of it. So yeah, this one is easy. I mean, it likes to have good airflow, and obviously it likes to have some time with dry potting media, because that's what happens with this plant every week. It just dries completely out. I get around to watering it and it doesn't really miss a beat. So yeah, that's this hybrid. Very easy. If you're looking to get one of these, I highly recommend it. The Dockblock is in the building. This is my Anthurium Dockblock. This has to be in my top 3 favorite Anthurium right here. I really like this one. I got it as a small seedling and it's starting to size up. So I don't know how long this is gonna last, but this plant seems to hold on to quite a few leaves. We have this leaf right here, this one right here, this one right here, and the newest one. And let me tell you why this is my favorite. This is an amazing plant. First and foremost, when the leaf hardens off, it turns to like a dark, very dark green with, and then, you know, normally the veins stay red. So, you know, some of these, they harden off to like a dark, almost black color, and you just see that those red veins grow through there with silver on the side of the veins. I wonder, can you see that? Maybe I'll get another camera so we can really pull up on it and look at it. Look at all the little details. Second is the texture. This has a like a corrugated texture to it. That's another thing. And this plant is very easy to grow. Let me tell you, I disturbed this plant quite a few times. I think I repotted it 3 times and adjusted the roots another time, and it doesn't miss a beat. It continues to grow. And this one also, the potting media has dried out a couple of times and, you know, nothing really happens. So the fact that this plant is holding on to 4 leaves, hopefully that continues to happen as these leaves size up. And yeah, I want more of these plants, but I have like these small seedlings that are Dockblock crossed with Bessier. That's a very good combination. Those are seedlings right now, so when I see how those turn out to be, then I'll decide if I want to get another one of these. Because you're talking about making a bushy plant, making, you know, putting multiple plants in one pot, this would be a good candidate for that. Here's another Anthurium that I do not know the name of. I'll put it on the screen. But I recently got this one. Let's see. A couple videos back, y'all saw me unbox this one along with the Philodendron Amazon Sunset Eerie color. This was the one where I unboxed it and a couple of leaves fell off at the bottom. So the special thing about this Anthurium here is that it is a climbing Anthurium. You don't see too many of those, but this is one of the ones that it grows a lot like a Philodendron. It has a long stem climbing up, and I'm trying to get some of these nodes to root. And I've also air layered it. Once I air layered it, this new leaf right here came out. So that's pretty impressive, because y'all know that wasn't that long ago when I imported this and it already grew this new leaf. And this new leaf is probably going to be pretty good because it has like a wide sinus in comparison to that. So we'll see. But I actually want to take this out of the air layering to see if it rooted, because I don't really see any roots through the plastic. You know what? Maybe I'll do that right now. Well, I took the bag of moss off, and not much happened so far. We got these two little small roots that have came out so far with the bag of moss wrapped around it. Actually 3 roots. There's one in the back right here, but that's not enough to make any type of cut for this Anthurium. So I'm gonna put the moss right back, and I'll let this root up a little bit more before I cut it right here and have a new plant, you know. Some of these bottom nodes are activated as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see down there, but I have like 2 other nodes close to the bottom that have activated, so maybe something to grow out of there soon as well. Alright, so the next Anthurium I want to show y'all, I featured on my channel quite some time ago, and I never really showed it again. So yeah, here it is. This is the Anthurium Pedatum. Nice big leaf. It's only 1 leaf though, because yeah, I've had this plant indoors. Springtime hit, birds is chirping, fish is jumping, and the sun was definitely shining because I put this outside and it had 2 other leaves on there. Them leaves got burnt by the sun. So I snatched them off because, you know, I'm not trying to see no sun-dried Anthurium leaves. That's gonna kill my vibes, you know. The only thing sun-dried I like is sun-dried tomatoes. You know, with the little linguine pasta, sun-dried tomatoes, and the little grilled shrimp. Yeah. I don't know why I just start going off about food. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Olive Garden after all of this is through. But yeah, this is the Anthurium Pedatum. Very easy. It looks better as it gets bigger. So if you all don't know, it is my goal to make my own Anthurium. I want to cross Anthuriums together and come up with something that is, you know, unique and something that I created. And one of the plants that give me inspiration to do that is this next one here. This one is actually my favorite hybrid that I have right now. This is the Ace of Spades crossed with Papillium crossed with Bessier. You know what? Pictures and videos do not even do this hybrid any justice. It has like a blackish bluish sheen to it, like very velvety, and the veins are just perfect with the little red sinus in the middle. Like this is a nice little hybrid, and it is yeah, I would have to say it's my favorite right now. It has a new leaf coming out. I thought that by the time I filmed this video, it would be expanded for me to show you how the emergent leaves come in. But this is an amazing little hybrid right here. So once again, this is Ace of Spades crossed with Papillium, and then they crossed that one with the Bessier. So next, I want to take you all over to the Anthurium section of this plant room. I want to show you where most of my Anthurium are living at. But first, I want to just tell you everything I've learned so far about Anthuriums. For one, most of the hybrid Anthuriums are not really picky about having high humidity. That is why I started buying a lot of them. I started getting into the hybrids because they are easier to grow for me. When it comes to Anthurium roots, they are very chunky like orchid roots. So you almost have to treat them the same way. You have to provide a lot of airflow with moisture at the same time. And the best way to do that is to have the correct potting media that works for you. Whether it is a chunky mix, whether you add in sphagnum moss with bark, that is a good mix that I find works well, or semi-hydro. If you're able to do well with semi-hydro, then that is a good option just because of the airflow and the consistent moisture at the same time. My favorite would be like a Path Cow mix. I am formulating my own Path Cow mix that I'll be able to offer on my Etsy shop. I'll talk about it more in the next video, but when it comes to light, some of the Anthuriums like a medium light, the others like more of a bright indirect light, you know. So that's about it. Let me show you the Anthurium table that I have to my right. Alright, so y'all remember those 2 philodendrons I told you about? I just imported them a couple weeks ago. Well, they arrived a couple weeks ago, and here they are. It's a little bit easy for me to show y'all because it's 2 different plants in one pot. But first I want to show you the Philodendron Verrucosum green sapphire. Check that out. It's doing good. It arrived kind of weird. They had one leaf that looked almost variegated. I'll throw a picture up. But then, you know, after a couple days of me soaking it in the moss and then potting it up, all the leaves are quite healthy despite not having a lot of roots. So we got 3 leaves and then we got 1 on the way. The stem actually has like some color to it. It has a lot of red in the stem. And with this green sapphire, the petioles are not very fuzzy. And that's all good because I told y'all I want all of the different verrucosums, even the ones that don't have as much fuzz on the petiole. That's one of the things that'll make it different from the others. So y'all tell me this. What is the best way to take care of a Philodendron Fibrosome? Well, if you ask me, the best way to take care of a Fibrosome is to not get one at all. How about get you a Fibrosome hybrid? Now, check this out. This is a Fibrosome crossed with Verrucosum. And it seems to be a lot easier than a regular Fibrosome. It looks just about the same. That definitely looks like a Fibrosome if you ask me. But it's mixed with Verrucosum, therefore it, you know, the mix of DNA is making this plant a little bit more hardy. So I tell you, this plant arrived like all the way wilted, and as soon as I potted it up, it started to get bouncy and firm, you know. We are definitely in the game when it comes to this one. So hey, I'm just letting y'all know, when it comes to the Philodendron Fibrosome, if you really like that plant, there is another option out there. They do, Aqua Genera has a Philodendron Fibrosome crossed with, what is it crossed with? Verrucosum. And it, you know, it actually looks a lot more like a Fibrosome than a Verrucosum. So we got options out here. But yeah, those are the 2 philodendrons I want to show you. I have the green sapphire in the front and the Fibrosome hybrid in the back. So I'll give y'all an update on these 2 when they actually start to put out new growth. Alright, so that's all I got for y'all today. It is a lot of fun growing these Anthuriums. Hopefully you feel the same way. Like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you all on the next video.